In these past few weeks, I do 3 days of no carbs.
Welcome back, Wrestling Warriors. Here on Matt Mysteries, we drop fresh WWE news every day. Subscribe, and let's suplex our way into the stories. Today, we gather in a moment filled with emotion, reflection, and deep appreciation as we honor the extraordinary men and women who shaped the world of professional wrestling and left behind legacies that continue to inspire millions around the globe. This tribute is not only about what they achieved inside the squared circle, but also about the courage, resilience, and humanity they showed beyond it. Their journeys remind us that wrestling is more than just a sport. It's a story of passion, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And as we remember those who paved the way, we also stand beside the current generation of superstars, those who push through pain, personal struggles, and endless challenges, all driven by their love for this business and the support of the WWE Universe. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell so you never miss a story that keeps wrestling history alive. Every subscription helps keep their memories burning bright and their legacies alive. The explosive legacy of Dynamite Kid. One of the most influential figures in wrestling history is Tom Billington, better known to fans around the world as the Dynamite Kid. Born on December 12, 1958, in Golborne, Lancashire, England, Billington entered the wrestling world in 1975 and immediately redefined what was possible inside the ring. His speed, precision, and unmatched intensity captivated audiences everywhere. Fans were drawn to his risk-taking, his perfectly executed aerial moves, and the raw emotion he poured into every match. But perhaps his greatest chapter began when he teamed with his cousin, Davey Boy Smith, forming the iconic British Bulldogs. Their chemistry was electric, two men in perfect sync, revolutionizing tag team wrestling with their athleticism and timing. Their fierce rivalries against legends like Bret Hart and Randy Savage became the stuff of legend. When they captured the WWF Tag Team Championship, it wasn't just a victory. It was the reward for years of struggle, sacrifice, and tireless dedication. Unfortunately, the sport that gave him everything also took its toll. A severe back injury in 1986 forced Billington into early retirement, and his later years were marked by significant health struggles. On December 5, 2018, the world lost Dynamite Kid at just 59 years old. Yet, his influence didn't fade. It multiplied. Wrestlers across generations continue to study his matches, inspired by his intensity, fearlessness, and revolutionary style. The Dynamite Kid's name remains synonymous with innovation and excellence, a timeless symbol of what it means to give your all for the love of wrestling. Peggy Lee Leather, the Trailblazer who broke barriers. Peggy Lee Leather's story is one of strength, perseverance, and trailblazing courage. Born on January 19, 1959, she entered the world of professional wrestling at a time when opportunities for women were scarce, and the road to recognition was steep. But Peggy didn't just walk that road, she carved a new one. Competing across major promotions like WWF, AWA, and WCW, she proved that women's wrestling was more than a novelty. It was a legitimate, powerful form of competition. Known for her versatility, she performed under several personas, including Lady X and Thug, each one showcasing her creativity and adaptability. During her early WWF years, she teamed with Wendy Richter, challenging Velvet McIntyre and Princess Victoria for the Women's Tag Team Championship, matches that demonstrated both technical skill and fiery determination. After leaving WWF, Peggy chased singles success, battling for women's championships and earning the respect of peers and fans alike. In the AWA, she faced fierce competitors like Medusa, and later made waves in the LPWA, where she captured championship gold. She continued to inspire through the 1990s and beyond, proving that women belonged on wrestling's biggest stages. When Peggy Lee Leather retired in 2013, she left behind a foundation upon which countless female superstars would build their dreams. Her passing at the age of 64 was a loss felt deeply throughout the wrestling community. Today, every time a woman steps into the ring with confidence and pride, she carries a piece of Peggy's legacy with her, a legacy built on heart, grit, and fearless determination. Tim Arson, a performer's spirit that never died. Tim Arson's journey through wrestling was one defined by passion, charisma, and an unshakable love for performing. Born on December 27, 1976, Arson trained under the legendary Johnny Rhodes, who helped mold his natural talent into a career that would see him compete across numerous promotions. From the independent circuits of Puerto Rico to appearances in WWE, Arson's enthusiasm for entertaining was evident every time he stepped through the ropes. He captured titles like the USAP United States Championship and the New York Championship, achievements that reflected his drive to succeed in every arena he entered. To WWE fans, he will forever be remembered for his unique appearance on ECW on Sci-Fi in 2006, portraying a zombie, a short-lived but unforgettable moment that showed his willingness to embrace any role for the sake of entertainment. Beyond the spotlight, Arson was admired for his kindness and dedication to the business he loved so much. His sudden passing at just 38 was heartbreaking, but the memories he created and the lives he touched continue to echo throughout the wrestling world. For many, Tim Arson's story is a reminder that success in wrestling isn't just about titles or fame, it's about passion, performance, and the joy of connecting with fans. New Jack, the uncompromising force of hardcore wrestling. Jerome Young, known worldwide as New Jack, was a man who lived his truth unapologetically. Born on January 3, 1963, in Greensboro, North Carolina, New Jack wasn't just a wrestler, he was a phenomenon. Rising to prominence in ECW during the 1990s, he brought an energy and authenticity that made him both feared and admired. Teaming with Mustafa Syed as the Gangstas, New Jack helped redefine hardcore wrestling, pushing the limits of storytelling and spectacle. His matches were chaotic, brutal, and unforgettable. Every brawl was an experience that blurred the line between performance and raw emotion. But beneath the wild persona was a man who deeply understood the art of connecting with an audience. New Jack was controversial, unpredictable, and yet completely real in a world built on illusion. Even after ECW closed its doors, he continued performing across independent promotions, remaining true to himself and his loyal fan base. His passing left a void in the wrestling world, but his influence remains undeniable. New Jack's fearless approach, his defiance, and his authenticity continue to inspire wrestlers who dare to be different. He proved that wrestling could be as real as the person inside the ring, and that passion, no matter how chaotic, is what keeps this business alive. Jacob Fatu, the future of a dynasty. As we turn our focus to the present and future, few names carry as much promise and power as Jacob Fatu. Born on April 18, 1992, Jacob is part of one of wrestling's most celebrated families. The son of Sam Fatu, better known as the Tonga Kid, and nephew to Rikishi and Umaga, Jacob belongs to the same proud lineage as Roman Reigns, the Usos, and The Rock. Yet despite the immense shadow of his heritage, Jacob has forged a path uniquely his own. Before joining WWE, he dominated Major League Wrestling, MLW, capturing the MLW World Heavyweight Championship and earning a reputation as one of the most exciting performers of his generation. His in-ring style is a rare blend of agility and power, a heavyweight who moves with the grace of a cruiserweight and hits with devastating force. Since signing with WWE in 2024 and aligning with the Bloodline on SmackDown, Jacob has continued to impress both fans and critics alike. Recently, after an awkward landing on a moonsault against CM Punk, concerns about his health spread quickly online. But fans were relieved to learn he was cleared to compete and remains in peak condition. Jacob Fatu isn't just continuing a legacy, he's evolving it. He embodies the strength, pride, and determination that define his family while carving his own identity in wrestling's ever-changing landscape. His story is still being written, but one thing is certain. The future of wrestling burns bright in his hands, a celebration of legacy and inspiration. As we honor these remarkable individuals, Dynamite Kid, Peggy Lee Leather, Tim Arson, and New Jack, we also celebrate every wrestler who continues to build upon the foundations they laid. Each of them represents a different era, a different struggle, and a different kind of greatness, but all share the same burning spirit that defines professional wrestling. Their journeys remind us that this sport is more than just athleticism. It's about passion, courage, and the will to overcome. From the bright lights of major arenas to the humble beginnings of local gyms, every wrestler carries forward the echoes of those who came before. They teach us that success is not measured by fame alone, but by the hearts touched and the memories left behind. Wrestling, at its core, is a story of humanity, of triumph and tragedy, of resilience and redemption.